let's discuss what's at stake in Week 12, and it starts tonight. The New England Patriots, who we just spoke about at length in Hour 1 with Tommy Kern of NBC Sports Boston, they need to win this game to keep pace with the Patriots team, who are taking on the Cincinnati Bengals in Cincinnati against potentially Joe Burrow. That'd be wild if he just to heck with Thanksgiving. I'm coming back a few days before.
Apparently Albert said that he'd be surprised if he doesn't play.
Albert Breer?
Yeah.
Okay, baby. So it would behoove the Bills to follow up their big 6-touchdown performance-fueled win from Josh Allen to go 8-3 and send the Texans into a little bit of a spin, because the Texans have gotten back to 500 after their dreadful start of the season, and Davis Mills is coming in like Mac Jones and keeping the season afloat and alive. And this is a big game, man. And the Texans kind of are helping me set up what is at stake this weekend, because it's a wide open league. I can't recall the last time entering week dozen of a season where you're like, it could be anybody who wins the Super Bowl that's right now in a playoff spot, or potentially in the AFC sniffing it. Because currently in the category of sniffing it in the AFC, you have the team in the 8th spot, the Houston Texans, who have won the AFC South more often than not. Yeah. And then in 9th place, you have a Chiefs team that's won. Interesting that they have a 9 seed. They've won the last 9 AFC West division titles, 9 in a row. Ooh. And they have had the second best record in the NFL since the beginning of 2023 all the way to the beginning of this season. Again, you include the 2023 season and the 2024 season combined. The current 9 seed has had the second best record in that time period. You know who's had the third best record? The team that's 10th in the AFC right now, in the Ravens.
I was going to say.
And they're currently the 10 seed. They were 25-9 the last 2 seasons. The Chiefs 26-8. They're 9-10. Now the Ravens are at home against the Jets team starting Tyrod Taylor, and it sure looks like the Ravens are in position to go above 500 for the first time this year. That's massively at stake. Certainly if you're thinking the Steelers could be starting Mason Rudolph, or a potentially, injured and thus less than productive, in turn, quarterback in Aaron Rodgers in Chicago, taking on a 7-3 Bears team. We'll get to the NFC in a second. So by the end of this week, the Ravens could be tied in the division that Vegas was saying they were going to win when they were 1-5, because we were seeing the way that the Steelers are beginning to struggle. And then you've got the Chiefs taking on currently the 3rd-seeded Indianapolis Colts, coming off of their bye. Last we saw Jonathan Taylor running all over the Falcons to the tune of 19,000 yards in one game. And the Colts of the Chiefs is a massive measuring stick for Indianapolis, and where rubber is going to meet the road for the Chiefs, because they have currently lost, if you put the AFC standings up one more time, they have lost to the team that's in first place in division and currently the 1 seed in conference. They just lost to the Broncos. They've lost to the Bills, Chargers, and Jaguars, your 5, 6, and 7 seeds. And that would just now add the 3rd-seeded AFC team to that list. It's just tough. It's tough to overcome conference records when you need them for tie breaks. It's tough to overcome, obviously, head-to-heads when they don't go in your favor. What a big game for Kansas City. A measuring stick for them to come back and say, guess what, Colts? Welcome back from your bye. Welcome to Arrowhead. We're beginning to flip the switch, and it starts with you. What a massive game that is. As the Broncos sit on their bye week with their hands back. And then the Bills tonight. The Jacksonville Jaguars coming off of that nice win over the Los Angeles Chargers, who are on a bye. The Jacksonville Jaguars are in Arizona after Jake Brisket threw for, 90 attempts and connected on 89 of them? Something like that?
I like it.
So, Jaguars could keep on keeping on, or them at 6-5. Here come the Ravens. Here come the Texans. Here come the Chiefs. That's all at stake right now. And then you talk about the NFC. Remember I mentioned to you that the current 9th and 10th seeded teams in the AFC have the best second and third best records over the previous 2 years combined. Do you know it's the best record from 2023 in 2024? It's currently the NFC team, if you put the standings up, 8th. The Lions. The Lions had the best regular season record of the 2 previous years combined. They were 27-7. They're sniffing it. This gives you an idea of just how wide open everything is. And the Eagles, who just beat the Packers and the Lions, are now trying to sweep the Dallas Cowboys. Game number 1, as we all know, Dallas could have gone into Philadelphia had it not been for a drop pass here and there from CeeDee Lamb and some unfortunate storm that stopped the game for about an hour. Unfortunate for the Cowboys, who had some nice momentum going, and also unfortunate for those who flew 12 hours to Brazil trying to stay awake for it. The Eagles and the Cowboys is a big game, especially with Jalen Hurts now being the one in the barrel with media reports and things that are being said. What a big game. I mentioned the Bears. There they are, 7-3. There they are, leading the division alone in first place. Half game in front of the 6-3-1 Packers. Full game in front of the Lions. Bears have yet to play the Packers at all. So winning this game against the Pittsburgh Steelers team that has beaten, as you know, Indianapolis, an 8-2 team. The Bears win this one. They're 8-3. That means they would go into Thanksgiving week. Their Friday game after Thanksgiving in Philadelphia, they'd go into that game leading the division no matter what. Because the Lions are trying to rebound after that loss in Philadelphia, taking on a Giants team that, as you know, I've counseled to sit Jackson Dart. Jameis coming in. Either way, Lions have got to come up with that win. And then the Green Bay Packers, well, they have Josh Jacobs. He has now officially gone from week to week to day, which is a nice improvement. But they're taking on a Minnesota Vikings team that will be starting J.J. McCarthy, who, as we all know, is a guy who has struggled, but not on the road in division, which the Vikings are right now, and rubber's meeting the road. Cement is drying, to use the phrase that Kevin O'Connell said, that all the cement that they were pouring around this quarterback roster-wise and also footwork and all the things they were trying to work on with J.J. McCarthy once he got back healthy to break him down and then build him back up in the manner in which Kevin O'Connell has built up so many quarterbacks. Kevin O'Connell said on Paul Allen's show on locally in Minnesota that it's time for that cement to dry. Well, J.J. McCarthy used a different analogy going into this big game against Green Bay.
I feel like, for me, I kind of make the analogy of just like, a cork about to come off a bottle. Just understanding that it's, 1 to 3 little things that I need to change about my game that is going to make a huge difference in the outcome of every single drive in the game. So, yeah, I feel like it's really close, but it all comes down to the consistency of the fundamentals and the little details.
Well, hopefully the cork comes off. Otherwise, the season's going to turn. Do you like that wine reference?
Okay.
Yes, I liked it.
Thank you. Yep. The old joke about how to make a small fortune in the wine business.
Yeah.
Start with the big.
Start with a big fortune. Well, last year they had a big fortune.
Yeah.
14 wins with Sam Darnold. Now it's a gotta have it because Minnesota, laugh all you want. I don't think anybody saw the Bears entering week 12 all alone in first place, 7-3. Minnesota's yet to play Green Bay. They have to play Chicago at home one more time and Detroit at home. And if J.J. McCarthy does pop open, wait a minute, vintage week 1, J.J. Hold on a minute. You got this correct. And vintage week 9, which is winning on the road in division, they would be 3-0 on the road in division, which, as you know, is the best one can be because you only play on the road in division 3 times. And they have to visit Denver. It's a tough road going for Minnesota moving forward. Pardon me, I'm reading the wrong line. They have to visit Seattle after this game. And then at Dallas. There's some winnable games left. It's got to start now. That's at stake in Week 12 as well. You call up the NFC standings one more time, if you don't mind. You take a look at the other games. Tampa coming off of licking their wounds against the Buffalo Bills. Tampa is at the Rams on Sunday Night Football. The Rams currently your 2 seed at 8-2 because they lost to Philadelphia, blew a game in which all they need to do is make one field goal in the fourth quarter. They win that one. Baker Mayfield coming back into the building where his career began to be resurrected with the Rams. Hey, here's a playbook. Go win a Thursday night game. Okay, coach. Gotcha. Yada, yada, yada. Here he comes back with the Buccaneers at 6-4 with the Panthers only a half game behind them because they just came up with a 400-yard game and essentially eliminating the Falcons from a conversation in the NFC South. Carolina's got a Monday night game against the San Francisco 49ers, your 7 seed. What a monster Week 12 finale that is. I don't think anybody saw coming at all. While Seattle came so close. They have to feel good. Listen, not about losing. You never feel good about losing. 4 turnovers, 4 field goals settled. They still had a field goal from 61 yards out to win it. And now they're go to Tennessee to try and get back on track. That's pretty much what's at stake for Week 12. Hey, you made it all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Check us out every single day streaming live on Disney Plus and the ESPN app 12 to 3 Eastern.